insane Lucid Motors $700 million factory. Lucid Motors has completed its Casa Grande factory and is commissioning the equipment to begin manufacturing tens of thousands of electric vehicles starting in Arizona this spring. Lucid says it has already produced a full beta prototype test fleet and is now transitioning to the construction of production representative versions of the Air. The company hopes to expand the factory to begin production of its SUV, codenamed Project Gravity, by 2023. The completion of the first phase comes about 4 years since Lucid Motors first announced its intentions to produce electric vehicles. It's a milestone that almost didn't happen. As the company burned through capital, it struggled to find new investors. Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund finally stepped up in September 2018 and committed to invest $1 billion into the company. The first phase of the factory comprises 999,000 square feet of space, with the goal of eventually expanding that to a whopping 5.1 million square feet by 2028. The next phase of construction will begin in later 2021. The factory will have a capacity to produce 30,000 vehicles a year, with the goal of eventually getting to an annual capacity of 400,000 vehicles. Will this factory set up Lucid to be the biggest Tesla competitor? And what's inside this factory that's worth more than $700 million? Beware this to blow your mind with amazing facts about this factory. The Lucid Air, first revealed last September, will get up to 517 miles of range, can hit a quarter mile in under 10 seconds, packs over 1,000 horsepower, and will have a base price of $77,400. But Lucid is prioritizing the pricier trim levels in the hopes of replicating Tesla's strategy of selling a lot of really expensive cars to generate enough cash flow for the more affordable models. The two most expensive versions of the Air, the $139,000 Air Grand Touring and the $169,000 Air Dream Edition, are expected to go on sale in the second quarter of 2021. The Air is meant to be the electric alternative to the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, and that means performance matters as much as the design. And it does come with some eye-popping performance specs. For instance, the Dream Edition boasts 1,080 horsepower and can travel from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.5 seconds. As a result of the power, the Dream Edition has 465 miles of range. Meanwhile, the Grand Touring has 800 horsepower and can hit that same acceleration in 3 seconds, but has the highest range of 517 miles. But in all seriousness though, Lucid Motors has some 21 million square feet to play with, according to the master site plan filed with the city. But it will start off at this site with 820 square feet of factory space. And instead of a gleaming tourist attraction like Faraday Future once hoped to build outside of Las Vegas, Nevada, this building looks far more appropriate to the needs of cash-hungry automotive startup that's trying to get luxury electric sedans into production by 2021. Lucid Motors doesn't own the land it will build on. Instead, Pinal County bought the nearly 500-acre site and will lease it to the EV startup, with the goal of eventually handing it over. Pinal County raised nearly $30 million through bonds to buy the land, and Lucid Motors will pay $1.8 million each year in rent before being given the opportunity to buy the land in 5 years. Pinal County and the city of Casa Grande are counting on the factory to provide 3,230 direct and indirect construction jobs over the first 5 years, according to a third-party economic analysis commissioned in late 2018. Over 20 years, the factory is expected to generate 4,800 direct and indirect jobs, $33.5 million in tax revenue to the city and county, and $22.2 million in tax revenue to local school districts. Over the last decade, there's been a lot of money pouring into the EV startup space, without many new EVs to show for it. One of the major hurdles has been factory construction. Some companies believed they needed to build big, expensive factories, a la Tesla's Gigafactory, to impress investors and signal their intention to compete with Elon Musk. Others searched for smaller, pre-existing factories to lease in the hopes of saving money on capital cost. Lucid Motors' Casa Grande facility is said to result in approximately 4,800 direct and indirect jobs by 2029. It's also estimated to produce 32 billion revenue impact for the city and county over 20 years. The facility, named AMP1, which is short for Advanced Manufacturing Plant, is 999,000 square feet and sits on a 590-acre site in Casa Grande, Arizona. The completion of its first factory brings Lucid closer to launching the production version of the Air, a luxury sedan to take on the Tesla Model S. Lucid plans to start building the Dream Edition model at the plant in the spring of 2021, starting out with custom ordered cars and an annual output of 30,000 vehicles. It will bring the $77,400 base model Pure version to market in early 2022. Like many other EV startups, Lucid Motors almost ran out of money as it pursued its plans to build the Lucid Air. It took on loans from a hedge fund and a Chinese bus company to stay afloat. First vehicle of the company will also be loaded with 32 sensors, a driver monitoring system, and an Ethernet-based architecture, all for its advanced driver assistance system, which is designed to support hands-free driving on highways. Inside, a 34-inch curved glass 5K display sits in front of the driver and appears to float above the dashboard. Another center touchscreen is retractable, revealing more storage. Meanwhile, a few physical controls remain on the steering wheel and just above the center screen to control volume and activate the ADAS and Amazon Alexa, which is integrated into the vehicle. Below that center touchscreen and moving to the console is a spot for inductive charging, cup holders and USB-C ports, along with additional storage. Do you want to visit this facility once? Let us know below in the comment section. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button to get notifications of our next amazing upload like this. See you in the next one. Bye.